So hey guys and welcome back to Cuboid. Today I'm going to be telling you whether or not the VALK 5M is still the best 5FI on the market in 2022. The VALK 5 ever since its release has been one of the most influential 5FIs on the market, being used to set numerous records all around the world. But is it still worth it in 2022 after 3 years of its release and with new 5FIs hitting the market like the MGC or the Ouchong WRM? Well, that's exactly what I'm going to be telling you in this video. So let's start off with some basic specifications. The VALK 5 measures 62mm, weighs 136 grams, is available in both black and stickerless, and you can get it for $49.95 on speedcubeshop.com. Talking about the box, it comes in this really cool black box with the VALK 5 embossed on top of it with some VALK branding. Inside the box you get two things. One is an accessories packet which has a bunch of cards and a bunch of stickers. You also get a microfiber cleaning cloth which you can use to clean your cube or your specs or whatever you want. And yeah, that's about it for the accessories packet. And then you get a hard shell cube box which is unnecessary, and inside you get the VALK 5. So how does it perform out of the box? Well, here is what I had to say when I first tried it. So yeah, let's try some turns. Yeah, it has this sort of sandy dry feeling which is like quite satisfying, but at the moment it's like really tight. As you can see, it's like it doesn't corner cut. So yeah, I think this cube will require a lot of setup before it becomes any good, because I've heard that the VALK requires a lot of setup to become good. Yeah, I know that it will perform really good after break-in. So yeah. So as you saw, I was not that impressed with the out-of-the-box performance of the VALK 5. It felt a bit too tight, sandy and dry, and overall was just not a good cube. But that's where setup comes in. And I have to say that the VALK is really reliant on setup. So as for my setup, I used Martian and Lunar on the pieces and Vortex on the core. This loop combination actually gives the cube a really good feeling. It gives the cube a swishy and soft feeling, and with the Vortex also helping to speed up the cube a little bit more. Talking about the performance now, it basically cuts from anywhere, and the corner cutting, especially for a 5f5, is just insane. Lockups and catches are not at all an issue. I barely lock up or catch on the cube, and pops just don't happen. The cube also has really good fluidity where I can turn at my fastest speed without it popping or giving me any sort of catches, as I said before. And yeah, this helps my aggressive turning style to basically rely on the cube's performance for good times, as I can turn as aggressively as I want without being scared of popping or something like that. And yeah, overall the performance is just top notch and is really good. And before I give you my final thoughts on the cube, I would like to invite a special guest, and that is CYUBIKS. If you don't know who CYUBIKS is, he is one of the most popular Instagram creators out there who creates insane cubographies, so please go check him out. And yeah, let's see what he has to say about the VALK 5.
Hey everyone, CYUBIKS here, and before I tell you about the cube, yes, those are PVC exhaust shields, and no, I cannot be bothered to clean them because I'm too lazy. So the VALK 5M has been my main ever since I got it, which was around 10 months ago, and it is without a doubt the best 5FI out there according to me, but to be honest it should be according to everyone because it is that good. Out of the box it comes out a bit tight, so I will recommend, if you end up getting it, which you should, to slightly loosen the screws by around half or 3/4 and lube it with some faster or smoother, like I'd recommend Martian, Lunar and Stardust if you're feeling too crazy, and the cube is just perfect. The strength of the inner magnets is strong enough to keep it stable, but not too strong so that it hinders your turning and tires you out throughout the solve, which is very important while doing big cubes. And outer layers slightly weaker than the inner layers, which again makes it perfect because while doing 3x3 you don't accidentally want to turn the inner layers or slices. The cube is so reliable that when I went to my first comp around 3 weeks ago, I used the VALK 5 as my main, and it did not at all hinder my turning despite being the first comp now. And if you are serious about 5FI and have the budget, obviously the cube's a bit hefty, but totally worth it. Get it right now, and if you're not serious about 5FI, well, get serious. Thank you, have a great day, bye.
Thanks a lot to CYUBIKS for giving your thoughts on the VALK 5. Now let's see what I have to say about the cube. Overall, the performance is just really good, but there is one slight drawback, and that is the price. The cube is priced at $50, which is quite expensive nowadays, considering that new 5FI releases are costing like $15, $20, $25. And yeah, the direct competitor to the VALK 5 is definitely the MGC, which costs about $25. But I have to say that the VALK 5 is far more superior than the MGC, because it basically outweighs all the flaws that the MGC has. And also, as the VALK 5 is a high-end flagship, having things such as stripped cores or pieces breaking easily just does not happen, as the quality control is much better. But I would have to say that the VALK 5 is not at all good without setup. So yeah, I would highly recommend you to get some loops and set it up yourself. But if you're not that good at setting up cubes, I would highly recommend the Cosmic setup, because it's just like the perfect setup for your cube and it would last you for a year or so. So yeah, that concludes my video on the VALK 5M. Please be sure to share what you think about the cube down in the comments, and yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.